So I am going to encourage you to call in today because I'm giving away 2 free tickets to the Transform workshop at the end of the month. If you go to mmtransform.com, you can see what the workshop is all about. It's a 3-day, gotta mute that. It's a 3-day event where we're going to be talking about mind, body, and spirit, and how you can transform yourself and how you can be more than you think you can be, and do more and have more. So I'm giving away 2 free tickets to the first 2 callers tonight. And if I don't get any callers tonight, we'll see you next week. But 2 free tickets to this event. And I just shared it on Facebook. Yay. Hi, Dawn. Hi. Thank you for watching. So, yes, I have this wristband on, and I'm going to talk just a few seconds because I have a special guest in studio with me, Norma G. I was just a guest on her show, and now she's stuck around, and she's a guest on my show with me today. But I did, for those of you who see me on Facebook, hi, Becca, I took a tumble this weekend. I fell, and I did hurt myself just a little bit, nothing serious. But this morning I did a Facebook Live post, and I talked about this QPR, which I have here with me, which is a quick pain reliever product, because I don't like taking pills and stuff. But it's a topical pain reliever, and within just a couple minutes, you start feeling the reduction of pain. And since I fell on my knees, and I'm crossing my legs very carefully, I fell on my knees, and I hurt my wrist. I rubbed it on, and I sleep. I'm a stomach sleeper. I sleep. Oh. I always end up sleeping on my stomach. And so painful knees was not a good thing to sleep on when, when you're trying to sleep. But I rubbed it on, and I went to bed, and I was able to sleep the whole night without pain. So I think it's snake bite venom and something else, but it really works. It's great stuff. Anyhow, so I'm going to talk about my guest here, who is Norma Guerrera. And for 23 years, she's a hands-on clinical occupational therapist, right? And she also, not just an occupational therapist, but you specialized in neurological spinal cord injury, orthopedic, and geriatric care. That's right. So she also has a strong emphasis on upper extremity rehabilitation. And after years of doing that, last year, you jumped into doing your own radio show called Community Connections, which is really exciting. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's every Monday from 5 to 6, and you have some phenomenal interviews. You have guests come on and interview, and it's also here live on 1470 AM and 95.3 FM, and we live stream on Facebook, on Periscope. You can check us out at AMP2 TV and AMP2 TV Productions. So thank you all for joining on Facebook. Hi. So Norma, what took you from, well, you're still an occupational therapist, but what made you take that leap into starting your own radio show?
Well, first of all, I want to say, Alicia, thank you so much for having me here on your show tonight.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Congratulations to you. I know that you launched your show here in the past month.
A couple months, yeah.
And, I had the privilege of interviewing you way back in October of last year when we first met.
Yes.
And so it's really exciting for me to be sitting here with you on your show and seeing you doing this because I found you very, very inspiring when I first met you.
Oh, thank you.
And that's why it was great to interview you. And now to be sitting here on the other side of the table, let's see what?
Almost a year later.
9-10 months later. A lot has changed in that time in the evolution of myself, and also it sounds like the evolution of yourself as well. So this is a great opportunity. And so to answer your question, how do you go from being an occupational therapist wearing scrubs every single day to then now sitting in front of a mic and having a show? Well, there's no really magic question to that. I think I stated it when you were on my show earlier before. I sat in this chair last year in October. No, in September.
Right.
I was asked to be interviewed on another show on this network, on the WNN Health and Wealth Network. It was a home health agency All County Healthcare was actually the name of the program, and they were interviewing the rehab facility. So they invited one of the representatives from a rehab facility to be on my show.
Right.
So long story short, my boss was ill, so she didn't feel up to doing it. And my supervisor had just moved, and she had boxes all over and lives far from here.
So she couldn't make it.
So on a Monday night, they call me and say, will you do the interview tomorrow? And I said, sure. Because I'm a natural communicator.
Right.
And I know about my business. And so I figure, sure. And I've worked there 11 years, 10 years at the time.
Like,
what's I literally have not sat in this chair since September of last year. And subsequently, I do the show. I got a lot of great positive feedback. And the producer, Freddie Santori, he called me the next day and said, I think you would be a fabulous host. Would you like to do a show? And I looked at him and I said, about what?
Crazy.
Like, pretty much, yeah. I go, what do you mean? Like what do you want me to talk about? And I really have to thank him a great deal because he spent the next couple months with me under his wing,
right,
and teaching and coaching me. Now,
so it only took you like 4 weeks to make the decision, or
let's see, that was in early September. I think I had the first show by like October 5th or 10th. He had a doctor that was in play already that they wanted to switch hosts a little bit, and he thought that I might do well with that doctor, so he just threw me into that segment.
Oh, nice.
And
yes, so I have comments. Yeah. Becca, my friend Becca, she says Freddie rocks. Yes, he does.
He does rock. But here's the situation: is that I had a lot of things going on in my life in the last year or two that it had the flags were already waving in my life related to something's got to change.
Right.
And so the previous 6 months prior to that radio show happening, I started to. I'm a very committed person. I always do my job. I'm very reliable, very dependable, very loyal, but yet there was situations happening at work that you have to say to yourself, well, I need to have a plan B just in case.
Oh, that's great. Because a lot of people are in that situation and they don't know where to turn.
You don't know where to turn. And so you start to, redesign your resume, or you start to say, well, where else in the medical field can I work? In sales and marketing, these types of things, or something corporate. And you start to hear a lot of people saying to you, well, you have no sales and marketing experience.
Right.
But I know my personality. I know my knowledge base. But still, there is definitely a gift and a skill set. So I would never want to take that away from anyone who has sales and marketing experience, to think that just because you have a skill set in a certain field, that doesn't mean you know how to sell and negotiate.
Right.
And that's very true, because that's why Freddie and my friends and some family members have been very, very influential in training me in those respects.
Yeah.
So, long story short, when
Well, we did talk about that a little bit on the phone, where you said you felt like you were ready for this.
Yes, and so
you felt like it showed up in the right time in your life.
Freddie presented me the opportunity, I was already ready for it.
Yeah.
So it's not like he didn't know anything about me. He didn't know. He just knew that, okay, I could articulate a sentence, you know, that type of thing. But he didn't know what was going on in my personal life or professional life. So when he gave it to me, I just kind of was like, huh, that's interesting, because I saw it as an opportunity to expand myself personally, emotionally, spiritually, professionally.
Right.
And the show's done just that. It's called Community Connections with Norma G. I've been treating patients in a facility, primarily the elderly, which I love to do and still love to do, and I still do it. But I was only interacting with my media coworkers and my media patients.
And now you have a bigger impact.
A bigger impact in the community. And so now I'm interviewing all of the people that are providing services to these patients, as well as all kinds of health and wellness people, business people, entrepreneurs.
And so your scope.
All I know is that I will probably say eternally, thank you, Freddie.
Yay. Freddie's watching. I just saw him log in.
Yes.
Yes. And Becca say you have a huge energy. You have such a great energy. So that's awesome. Yay. So you're not just a host now, because you have also broadened what you do to providing business owners branding on social media. So like when you have a guest come on, you help them with their social media branding.
Yes.
So that's another thing that you learned, a skill set that you learned.
It is, and it's something that, you learn it for yourself, and then as I have 2 or 3 guests every week.
Right.
And so I start to peruse their websites, peruse their social media sites, their Facebook sites, so that I can, study them a little bit and figure out who they are. And when I find that something's
There's
not
some
really
holes.
up to par, I start to talk to them. And if it's something that requires a couple hours of time, then I may, help them with that, as a service. If not, then it's just up to par, and I just maybe give them a tip or two on the phone. Hey, push this button, push that button. And so it's just really, social media is a great way to brand yourself.
Yes.
And a great way to market yourself. And it's what people use. And so the show, what's the difference between radio and internet TV? The big difference between radio and internet TV is that internet TV is visual. Just
Yes.
as you're watching us here right now, it's visual. And so when someone has a business or a product or a message, you can personalize it. And then you can take that little vignette, place it on your social media page. People can watch it and learn more about you. Or they can also place that link on their
YouTube or on their
website.
On their website.
And that really personalizes the person out as well. And so
And it also
it's great.
brings more credibility to what they're doing, and it also brings authority to what they're doing as an expert in their field when you're able to do that.
Yes.
Because you're showing that you're not just in your little bubble anymore, that you're exposed to a lot more people, you're influencing a lot more people.
And you know what's interesting? I just remembered it, is that now when I treat my patients, oftentimes, on many occasions, I've interviewed the doctor that has done their surgery or procedure, or the type of procedure that they're doing, that person may be contemplating it. So sometimes I even share my link to my particular episode to the patient
so that
as
they
a
can
resource.
see. That's great.
And so that's been really fun to share with the patients as well, because they all got their little smartphones.
That is awesome, too, because
So-
if they're thinking, even if they're thinking of having a specific surgery or something, and you are now not just a trusted resource. You're not just there, as an occupational therapist, but you're a trusted resource for them for things that they didn't even know existed.
And even
like
I didn't even
your
know
guest
existed.
earlier when we were talking about geriatric care.
Yes.
Now you have another person that you can recommend
That's
to someone.
correct. Yes, absolutely.
So you're
Absolutely.
broadening your knowledge in the medical industry through your show, which is great. So I'm going to take a quick break and come back, because this is so exciting and interesting, and I didn't really want to take a break, but I got to. So we'll come back with you, Norma.
Right back,
We'll be right back. That's my line.
Well, it's just by nature.
I know.
Have you ever dreamed of owning your own online business? Start your business now. It's fast, easy, and free. Just sign up at mylife.net. You'll get a free personal business coach who will support you every step of the way. We'll help you sell products and services from our amazing product line in 4 life-based categories that can make you money. Your free business also comes with all the tools you'll need to be successful. Take control of your life with My Life. Sign up now for free at mylife.net.
Hi, I'm Alicia Couri, and you know me from my radio show, Unleash Your Audacious Confidence with Alicia Couri. If you lack confidence and boldness to really go out there and conquer the world, I'm here to share this valuable resource. In my book, Your Signature Style, Unlocking the Confidence, Style, and Influence of the Savvy CEO, I'll take you through a process where you can release your fears and embrace your femininity as a powerful tool to unleash your audacious confidence and win. This is where it all began for me, and I want to share it with you. Get your copy today at acradio.live. Bring out your beauty and confidence from the inside out. Buy this book today at www.acradio.live. You're listening to Unleash Your Audacious Confidence with Alicia Couri. Now, let's get back to the show. Hi there, we're back, and this is Alicia Couri here with Unleash Your Audacious Confidence. And if you'd like to call in at 888-565-1470, we'll get the first 2 people to call in. I'm giving away tickets to the mmtransform.com, the MM Transform weekend, that I will be a speaker there. I'm also going to be signing my books there and doing makeup for a photo shoot that we're doing there as well. So it's kind of like you get makeup from me, you get my books from me, and you can get a free ticket from me. Hey, that's a pretty good deal. So again, that event will help you transform mind, body, spirit, to help you move further in your life, to go further, faster. And the number is 888-565-1470. You got that? All right. So my new book, I'm just going to talk about this before we get back to Norma. It is called Age Younger, 21 Tips to Make Your 40s Look Like Your 20s.
Your 20s.
Your 20s.
Yes.
And it's so funny because when I fell in Islands of Adventure this weekend, when I was at the nurse's station, my son kept telling me, guess how old she is? Guess how old she is? My son is a hoot. And she said, well, she has three children here. So what I would have guessed would not be correct. So he said, well, what would you have guessed? She said like 20 something if she just rolled in here by herself. But since she came with all these kids, it's, well, I would say like 30, late 30s maybe.
I was able to assess Alicia, and so I think she'll be okay.
I'll survive.
I think she'll survive.
Yes, she gave me a little.
But she does definitely fresh bruising.
Fresh bruising. And she's like, oh, Becca is on the line. Yay. Yes, Becca. Hello.
Hey, girls.
Hey, beautiful.
Hello. I love all the beautiful guests that you have on your show. And
Thank
Norma,
you.
You are amazing.
Thank you. Do I know you, Becca?
No, you don't. I'm only watching you, and your energy is like making my heart like boom with excitement. You just, you talk about transformations, and I don't really know anybody, unless they're BSing, that hasn't gone or isn't going through a transformation. And
yes,
you go through it one way or the other. Either you go head first and you bump your head, or you go feet first, you slide in and you have a little fun, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's what you're all about, Becca. Fun. I looked at you this morning.
Oh gosh, that was fun.
Yeah. So you're calling in for the ticket, right? Yay.
I am calling in because this sounds like an incredible event, and
yes.
Anything that you're speaking at, I definitely, if I can be at, I want to be at and learn from you. So yes, if there's a ticket available, bring it on.
All right, girl. I will send it to you Facebook Messenger, since we are friends on Facebook. I know you. I will send that to you, Becca. Thank you so much. Okay. And you have to come on the show sometime.
Oh, I would love to do that. I would love to be one of your guests. You're a great interviewer.
Thank you. All right, my love.
Well, all right. Blessings, ladies.
Take care. All right. Bye, Becca.
Bye-bye.
Yay. So we got a caller in. We got a ticket given away. You could be next. 888-565-1470. So, and then the other book, which is what you interviewed me on, is Your Signature Style. And both books are available on Amazon. And you can go to my website, acradio.live, and you can also order a copy there. So I want to talk to Norma again really quickly about a couple things. First of all, what gave you the courage? Because when you started off, you said in October, you had a half-hour show like I have. Mm-hmm. What gave you the courage to step into a whole hour? Because it changes the dynamics a little bit when you go from half hour to a full hour.
Yeah, I was actually doing, for October and November, like 2 half-hour shows back to back. But they were 2 separate shows completely, so one didn't really flow into the other. And one was somebody else's show that I was just hosting, and then one was my small half-hour show.
Right.
And then what happened in January, and this is actually why I was just thinking to myself, not only do I have to thank Freddie, but what happened is I acquired a sponsor for my show.
That's great.
At the end of January, at the beginning of January. Mm-hmm. And, at a certain point, I, took the reins of the show myself. And then, I had to, sit there and present, present the show to people as an opportunity, because I don't have my own business per se,
right.
As an opportunity for people to, help them with their businesses. And my administrator, where I worked, it's kind of like an interesting thing, because I'll be there. I'm there intermittently. It's complex, my position there, but I love Whitehall, Boca Raton.
Yes.
I've been there for July 17th will be 11 years.
And does it feel better now that you're there and you have the show, you have a plan B?
Yes, I do. And so, we have another call.
I got another call. I got Sarah.
Okay, go ahead.
But, okay,
go ahead.
Hey, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. You're live on the air. Hello? Okay. Well, Sarah's not quite there. Maybe I can get your info, Sarah. Just follow me on Facebook, Alicia Couri. And if you send me a message, and I know it's you, I'll get you that ticket.
Awesome.
Yay. So go ahead. Yes.
So the administrator, the marketing people, they saw what I was doing with the show, on my own personal free time.
Right.
And they basically saw it as a wonderful opportunity for them to sponsor the show. And they specifically wanted a 1-hour show.
So that's great.
And so it's a great opportunity for them to network out in the community with other people that they do things with. And it's been a great opportunity to cross network all those different people that are, it really takes a large amount of people to care for one person, one elderly person.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. And so it's been wonderful because it's expanded my capacity as a therapist to really understand all the different services and be a spokesperson for those agencies, but also be a spokesperson for Whitehall. But ultimately, the show is Community Connections with Norma G.
Right.
And it's
your show.
Yes. I wanted to connect with the community. I wanted to, change my life a bit. And I wanted to experience how I could make an impact, whether through charitable types of events or through my professional or through personal. And it's just, I don't know, I'm just super excited about the show.
Yeah.
It's called Community Connections with Norma G. I'm Norma G. It's so funny. The day that we used the name Norma G, I walked into a bar restaurant with my friends back in October, and everyone started screaming Norma G. And I'm like, okay, I think, because I've been always nicknamed as Norma Jean.
So now it's Norma G.
And now it's Norma G.
Norma G.
Norma G. So it's stuck. And
That's
so
nice.
I have a website at ccnormag.com.
I was just going to ask you that. ccnormag.com.
That's right. And I created it because I also felt that the show continued to grow. It continued to have a tremendous platform for people. And when I'm sitting down with business owners and CEOs and COOs, I wanted to give them a place that they can go to and learn about me, learn about the show, not just Facebook.
Right.
For the internet TV aspect.
And that's great to have, because that's also part of your branding, to have your own website. So the other question, you touched on having a broader impact. And I know you host different events and you're involved with the Boys and Girls Clubs. So talk a little bit about that.
So, I have some friends that were very, very involved on the chair and on the committee of the board of the Boys and Girls Club. And so I wasn't involved in the Boys and Girls Club. And so, but as they saw my transformation process, my friend who's known me a very long time, Paula Friona, she saw me in a different light. She always goes, oh, you're a great therapist, this, that, and the other. But when she saw me as this kind of spokesperson kind of role, she actually nominated me to be the MC for the Boys and Girls Club 100 Outstanding Women of Broward County, this year's event, this past May 11th.
That's awesome.
And I basically MC'd a 1,200-person event.
That's awesome.
And for my first MC event,
it's all downhill from here, girl.
And it's funny because it didn't feel daunting. Again, there's a difference between, we spoke about it earlier, between being a person that delivers a message versus just someone just hosting something.
Yes.
It still takes courage to host something. It still takes courage.
Because you got to stand up in front of 1,200 people.
Yeah, and I took the liberty of saying, is there a free mic? Because this is a solid mic.
Yeah.
I wanted a free mic, and there was this long runway, and I just wanted to stand in that runway and just say, welcome,
and
everyone.
Strut your audacious confidence. Let me tell you.
I just wanted to engage with the people and say, welcome to this wonderful, amazing event that these women are being honored. And the funds that they raised were going for the children.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to feel the roar. And it was an honor and a privilege to be able to represent the Boys and Girls Club that evening.
Well, Norma, this show is called Unleash Your Audacious Confidence. And I have to say that not only am I super impressed, because you have done exactly that in the last 6, 7, 8 months of your life, stepping into this radio show. You're a prime example of how to really take what you're doing, take it to a whole different level. You're still an occupational therapist. I'm still a makeup artist.
Yeah.
I still do makeup. I still do hair. But there are other levels that you can impact, you can influence. You know, my brand is really about influencing, educating, inspiring, and entertaining. And so everything I do falls under one of those four categories, or all four of those categories, all four. And so I see that what you're doing by stepping out into your audacious confidence, finding a new way to deliver what you do and broaden your impact and your influence, and that is really what it takes. You took the courage to learn a new skill set. You didn't step out. You know, you didn't shy away from it. You stepped out and said, okay, this opportunity came into my life, and I'm going to take it. And that's what we need to do. Grab a hold of opportunities that come into our lives and don't shy away from them. And we only have 2 minutes. My goodness, this time just goes. Whew,
It does.
so you took on this challenge because you believed you could do it, right? Or was it more so that someone else believed that you could, that you rode that coattail of what Freddie thought, yes, you could? You felt like you may be ready for it, but he thinks you can, and was that?
I always knew I had a dynamic personality. You know, I like to lead things, you know. So I think that I just didn't know how to do it.
Right.
I didn't know how to do it.
We got to have you back on.
Yes,
oh my gosh, my thing is wrapping
up. And I want
up.
to thank my family and friends because they have been, and my coworkers, have been super supportive during all of this.
Great. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all of you on Facebook and Periscope. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you all.
Thank
I
you,
gotta
Alicia.
Go.
Thank
I'll
you,
see you
Alicia.
next week. Thank you, Norma.
Yes, thank you so
we'll
much
see you
for
next
having
week
me.
for another show. A wise friend always says to me, we have a finite number of minutes to spend. And just like you can only spend $1 once, you can only spend 1 minute once. It's your choice. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing to spend some of your minutes with me on my show. I wish you love, health, and happiness to live your life with audacious confidence. I love you, and we'll see you next time.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers.